Hello beautiful people and welcome back. In light of last week being World Mental Health Day, I thought it would be a good idea to talk about some tips that I have for managing your mental health. Just a disclaimer before I start anything in this video, I am not a mental health professional. This video is not intended to help you recover from or work through any serious crisis. If you are in need of immediate attention and immediate assistance, I will link some helpful links down below. Moving on to the 10 tips that I have for maintaining and improving your mental health and trying to live an overall happier life. Tip number 1 is avoid the internet. I said this on my Instagram last week, but the internet is literally kryptonite for your mental health. I personally don't believe that we were ever meant to have this much access to other people's lives and to news and to everything going on in the world, and I think that inundating ourselves with all of that information can sometimes be really detrimental to how we feel about ourselves. Don't compare yourself to others, which is very hard with the internet. So if you find that to be a problem for you and you find that that often gets you down, maybe delete your Snapchat, or for a little while until you're in a better headspace, delete Instagram off your phone, or unfollow certain things that don't provide you with any happiness or make you feel down about yourself. Tip number 2 is remove things that bring you down. You, as a person with your own thoughts and decisions, do not have to say yes to anything. You do not have to hang out with people you don't like. If you have one friend who makes you feel like shit about yourself, don't hang out with them. I promise you there will be other people who come into your life who make you feel so much better about yourself. Same thing goes for the internet tip. If you follow something that you think is super cool, but for some reason it makes you feel like shit about yourself, it's impacting your mental health, cut it loose. You matter more than that person's follower count, I promise you. Tip number 3 is work on your mindset and perspective. That's not to say that mental health isn't something bigger than how you think about things, but in my personal experience, the way that you frame a situation, the way that you frame something happening to you can make all the difference in how you overcome it and how you work through it. So for example, say you've been having the worst week and you're starting to feel very anxious about things, maybe you're getting a little low, and everything that happens you kind of frame in a negative light. Try your hardest to outline the positive things that happen throughout your day. So maybe you had a terrible day, but you got to see a really cute dog and you got to pet a dog. That would make my day. Then focus on that. Make that your highlight. Be like, man, I'm so lucky that I ran into that dog when I did and I got to pet it. It's not always going to be the big things, but little tweaks like that can sometimes really help turn your day around. Tip number 4 is don't be afraid to ask for help. I know that a lot of people going through any sort of mental health issue, any sort of struggle, can feel like it makes them weak and like it's really embarrassing to ask for help, and maybe it does feel that way, but I promise you, anybody who is a professional carer or someone who is in your life and there for the right reasons is never going to be upset with you or judge you for saying that you need help, that you need a little extra support, that maybe you need help finding counseling. Whatever it is, anybody who is there for the right reasons and who cares about you will not get down on you for that. It takes more bravery to stick up for what you need than it does to stay silent. Tip number 5 is that you have to maintain your mental health the same way you maintain your physical health. So maybe you had a bad bout of anxiety for a month or two a year ago, and since then you've been really great all the time. I cannot stress to you enough how easy it can be to fall back into negative patterns and to fall back into negative struggles or to have a relapse in your mental health issues. They come up like that, and one way to really make sure that you work on deterring that is to do things that continually make your mental health feel great. So whether that be getting into a routine of meditating every day, making sure that you spend at least 1 or 2 nights a week with people you care about, making sure that you're getting enough sleep. There are so many little things you can do to try and maintain your overall wellness and happiness and make sure that you're not getting into those mental health traps and falling down back into old patterns and old spirals that make you feel terrible, because no one wants you to feel that way. Tip number 6 is that if you find that there are certain things that really help pull you out of a bad space or are really good at kind of grounding you, maybe when you're going through an anxiety attack, when you feel like you're just so low, you don't want to get out of bed, make a list. It's harder for you to think of something that will help you in the moment than it is to think of a list where you can just read it and know. It's already there for you, it's laid out. Find those things that help you, whether it's listening to music, whether it's watching a sitcom, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's calling a friend. Write a list of all of the things down that can help ground you and make you feel a little bit more uplifted, and make it available for those times, whether it's on your phone, in your journal, whatever, make it available. Additional side tip to that one is that if you make that list, make sure that it's something that is reasonable for what you go through and when you go through it. If you have a habit of getting into really negative headspaces at 2 a.m. when you can't sleep, don't make your habit call my mom who's in a different time zone and it's gonna be like dead asleep right now, she's not gonna answer. Don't make your habit go to the gym unless you have a 24-hour gym membership, right? Find things that suit your needs and suit your struggle. Tip number 7, and this can, 7, numbers are hard. This can be really hard for everybody, is try not to beat yourself up for feeling bad. If you get down on yourself for being in a negative space, like, oh, I'm so weak, oh, I can't believe I'm back in this spot, I never thought I'd be here again, I can't believe that I can't do this today, don't do it. It just is gonna tear you down and make you feel worse. Your mind is already doing that to you, you don't need to add to it. Ride the feeling, do what you can to make yourself feel a little bit better, seek the help you need, but in no way should you be talking down on yourself and beating yourself up for feeling what you are feeling. Tip number, let's get this right this time, 8 is ensure you take care of your physical health as well. I think that it's super underestimated the amount that taking care of your body can help take care of your mind. So make sure you're getting enough exercise, even if it's just going for a walk with your dog or by yourself or with your mom, whatever. Make sure you're eating enough healthy foods, like don't skip your veggies. I promise you can make them taste good if you don't like vegetables, but don't skip them. Overall, just be healthy. Like you can be healthy without eating like a plate full of veggies, but try and make sure that you're being nutritionally healthy, physically active, drink enough water, get enough sleep. Tip number 9 is surround yourself with people who love you and care about you. Try and spend as much time as you can with them. Make sure you are making them a priority, because being around them, even if you're not feeling the best, is gonna lift your spirits at least a little bit. They're gonna be there to listen to you. They will never think that you're weak if they're people that are worthy of being in your life. They're there for you to lean on for support, and if they're not, then hit me up, I'll be here for support. And the last tip, number 10, is don't be afraid to take a day off. Life can be really overwhelming, and we have a lot of pressure in modern day society to be really busy all the time and to fill our days with plans and make sure we're being productive. But when your mental health isn't at its best point, you're not gonna be at your best point for going through your day. So sometimes it's totally okay to say, listen, I'm gonna sit in bed today and read a book. I'm gonna have a very slow morning. I'm gonna drink tea. I'm gonna take care of myself and kind of sit in solitude so I can sort through my own head and live in this space to figure out how I can make it better. Maybe I need a cardigan that fits me. Please leave me a comment below of what you find to be a helpful tip when you're going through some sort of struggle or when you need to improve your mental health and your overall happiness. I would love to hear that from you. Please make sure to toss me a thumbs up and hit subscribe so you don't miss other content like this. Thank you.